Hi, I'm Shirin, and we're back with our next question for Ask Shirin. This time one of y'all have written in asking me, how do I introduce a new dog to a dog I've already got at home? Well, before we get into that, I really want to ask whether your dog at home wants another dog along with him for company. A lot of times people tell me my dog hates other dogs, in which case you really need to think carefully before you bring in a second dog. Sometimes we also have an old dog at home, a 10, 11, 13-year-old dog, and we want to bring home a puppy. And that's not always the best idea because puppies can be so irritating to older dogs. They're constantly harassing them. So think about it carefully. In any which case, if you're bringing home a second dog and you've made up your mind about bringing home the dog, here's how you would introduce the two dogs. Never introduce the two dogs at home. Always introduce them in a neutral place. When I say neutral, it's got to be a place that neither of the two dogs is familiar with. So take both the dogs, your current dog at home and the new dog, maybe to a public garden or a place like that, and let them interact over there. The reason behind that is the dog at home will have no reason to be territorial if it's a neutral ground. So let the two dogs interact over there, sniff each other, maybe go for a walk together. Then bring the both of them together home. When you bring the two dogs home, make sure you've picked up everything that belongs to your current dog at home. So leave no toys lying around, pick up the dog beds, pick up the food bowls, bones, toys, all of that. If you pick that all up, it gives them less reason to fight over something which would be a resource. So clean up all of that at home. The first time you walk the two dogs in together home, allow the new dog to walk in first. Then let your current dog walk in second. And the reasoning again behind that is if you allowed your current dog at home to be in first, he'd probably stand at the door and not let the new dog walk in. He'd try to prevent it. So allow the new one to come in first, then have the second one coming in. Once both dogs are settled down, you can start to reintroduce the bed, the toys, the food bowls, all of that. But make sure if you have two dogs, you put out 3 beds, you put out 4 food bowls, you put out 16 toys to play with. Because the resources would be so plentiful, there shouldn't be a reason for the two of them to fight over something. But if there was one tennis ball, there's likely you'd end up with a fight of 2 dogs over that toy. Also remember that when you have 2 dogs at home, it's not half the effort you need to put in. You have double the effort. You have to train both of them separately so that they build a bond with you and not so much with each other. You have to exercise them and you have to play with them. So bringing home a second dog can be a wonderful thing, but you need to put some thought into it, and remember it's going to be double the effort. So thank you for the question, and I'll see you next time with the next round of Ask Shirin.